producing the ball and keep building. If we keep building, all right, we'll have a product that everybody will be happy with. So with that, any questions?
One of the things you've talked a lot about is the communication and all that. I'm curious how you saw that play out Sunday and just what little areas is it making a bigger difference for you?
The communication was outstanding. I mean, we had we cut the missed assignments down a ton. One thing we did coaching wise is we streamlined the calls. So we narrowed the call sheet down some. You know, maybe I was trying to do too much, and so I was like, okay, let's just make sure these guys can set their feet and go play fast, and let's not be cute with anything. Let's just play fast, and that's what we did. And the communication was outstanding with the guys. And then they went and played. They hit, they ran. It's the way it's supposed to look.
And then with the pass rush, you kind of touched on obviously, but I'm curious, where was the big difference between what you saw against the mobile quarterback Sunday versus even in the opener? What were they doing better with that?
We rushed as a complete unit, and so like I said, you know, we wanted to build high walls. We should have had two more where we didn't build a high wall. We came underneath and we flushed him, and he escaped. You know, they played more discipline, and if you just execute it the right way and play as a unit and not make any, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be the Lone Ranger and I'm going to do it myself, the sacks will come.
Hey, Joe, good morning. With regards to the secondary, you mentioned putting up focus on stopping Marvin Harrison. How do you think ultimately the group did in this game, and what specifically was kind of working for the corners?
I thought they were sticky this game because, you know, it's rushing coverage. You know, we had the 4 sacks, but he had to hold the ball, and so that tied in together. I thought Juice did a good job of covering, even when we were in some of our man looks and spinning out to cover 2. The communication, they sold the looks and made the quarterback hold the ball in those standpoints. So Noah had that first third down PBU, which was tight coverage, and Bobby did a really nice job of help coverage when the low crosser came and Mikey couldn't get to him, and Bobby knocked him off, and that made the quarterback go to a second read, and Noah was sticky in the Lexo route that he got. So, you know, they were stickier, and we just have to continue that. Our completion percentage against us is higher than I'm used to, and so we have to get that down.
And with regards to Emmanuel Forbes specifically, just how did he look in his return? And, you know, obviously with a little bit of rust, perhaps, what's sort of the next step for him here?
You know, I thought he was in that same group with Mike and Noah and like I said, Forbes. They all played about the same. You know, they had about the same number of snaps, or he might have had more. I don't know. I think he had 33 snaps in the game. So each week we're going to put the guys out there that gives us the best chance. So we're looking at that, working through that right now, and then on Sunday we'll deploy the men that gives us the best chance to win.
When you look at a quarterback that's been hit as much as Deshaun Watson has, and the attrition and injuries up front for that Browns O-line, do you kind of start licking your lips, get excited about building on some of the good things that you saw last week from the pass rush and the D-line?
No, because I know whenever you, just like the ills that we've had defensively, you know, we work to correct them. They're doing the same thing. They're working to correct them. So I don't anticipate that they're going to come in here with, you know, making any mistakes, or, you know, they're going to have guys in position that they feel that gives them the best chance to win. So this is the NFL. That's where stars are born. When somebody else gets hurt, you come in and you play well. You know, I've had multiple guys that have done that. So we better be focused on playing our best ball, trending. You know, we played good last week. Can we play better? And then can we keep building until we get to some excellent play? Because we're not there yet. I mean, you give up 182 yards rushing, you can say you play good. You know, the best thing is we held them to, you know, 14 points. Really should have been 7. So I'm not looking at their line and saying, okay, we're about to go have 10 sacks. We better just go focus and understand what we have to do and execute at a high level. Then good things will come.
And when you look at an offense, that runs most of its stuff kind of around the line of scrimmage, they haven't shown a lot of propensity to throw deep balls. Does that affect the way that you look at kind of stopping the run as a combination of kind of run stop and kind of short passing?
Yeah, I mean, it's a holistic deal. You know, when you're stopping the run, you also have to look at, you know, who they have at their skill positions and who do you want to take away and when do you want to take them away. And so they can push the ball vertically. They have really good receivers with Judy and Coop out there. Had history with them. David's going to be back. He's a weapon that they haven't had. So let's remember Cincinnati when we went into that one, they hadn't had all their guys. And then, Higgins came back and they did whatever they did to us. And then the next game they did the same thing. So when you get those weapons, it changes the play caller's mindset. So they have David coming back, and he's gonna add a third element with those guys.
You guys are obviously coming back home. This fan base has a lot to be excited about.
Mm-hmm.
D coordinator, how important is it for the fan base to get loud and get into the game to help your guys out?
Oh yeah, Q always talks about energy generating ball, and the fans that were in Arizona, I don't know if you were there or not, but it felt like a home game at some points. I mean, they were loud, and we knew if we had the opportunity of winning these 2 road games, when we come back home, the fans are going to be excited to watch us play. And defensively, we need that energy, the crowd, to get it going, because defensive players, they build off of it. And so I'm excited to get in the stadium. I'm excited to play well, and get the turnovers, get the negative plays, keep the score down, and then give the ball to Five and let Five do what he does well.
Good afternoon, Coach.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great.
What is it going to take to get that run defense improved up front, even while you are trying to keep a lid on opposing passing offenses?
Well, the stickier we get in coverage, now we can put more people into the box to help with that. We can game it up some, which we will. We will get it taken care of. All right, trust me, we're putting a focus on it, and it's not just the front that's the issue. It's not just the linebackers. It's making sure that, just like in the past game, you have to tie all levels in it. We have to make sure that we're hitting the gaps, that we're holding doubles, that we get pull schemes, we're getting over, we're popping inside. So there's 3 type of runs that are really hitting us, and we have to make sure we shore those up. No different than the screen was hitting us in Tampa game, and screen hadn't hit us since then. We shored that up. So we may have to make sure we take care of the 3 runs that have been hitting us.
And I asked you a similar question about Derek Forrest last week, but Jamin Davis, just like what is it you need to see from him to get him more reps, or is it just kind of a depth chart situation?
Yeah, so we can talk about the reps of all the guys. Guys, I promise you, we're going to do what we feel is the best to give us a chance to win. We have quality players, and Forrest and Jamin and Forbes, and each week is going to be different. And I can't get up here each week and say why a guy isn't or isn't playing. The answer is we're going to play the guys that give us the best chance to win that particular game, win or lose. If we lose it, I'll take the questions if we lose it or not. But that's what we're doing, and we're going to do that each week. And there's nothing at a slight of any other players, because we like all of our players. But we're going to, put the guys in a position that we think will give us the best chance to win that individual game.
Do you feel like a corner is stepping up in the way that you talked about last week?
Ask that again, please.
Do you feel like you're seeing the corners or one of the corners step up in the way you were talking about last week?
Oh, you're talking about stepping up and just saying that I'm the guy?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
What do you need to see?
I just need to see, I think we've played solid at points. I need a consistent flow throughout the game. Get up there and challenge and send the ball where we want to send it consistently. We've had opportunities at some interceptions where we just knocked it down and we didn't go aggressively to go get it. And so they're a group of talented young men at the corner position, okay? But talent doesn't mean that we're playing at the level that we want to play at. And so when we do, I'll tell you, but we're not right now. And it's not because of a lack of ability or anything like that. They have the ability. I just have to do a better job of getting them to do it, and we will.
And what's the balance for you as a coach between cutting things down to make it simple and making it too basic, too simplistic for offense? Like, how do you figure out what the right amount is?
Well, that's what I had to figure out this last week, because apparently I was doing too much. And when I say too much, it might not have been the cause necessarily going in the game in those previous games. It's the load that we had to practice. And so let's not even practice that much stuff, because let's look at what's working in the games, what can we execute, how can we play fast, and then we can add some complex looks for the quarterback and still get after him. So that was the challenge, and not trying to do too much. and I was probably trying to do too much too early.
What have you seen from Mikey Senior still? Just his progress and development over these 4 weeks.
That's a similar question to, to the question I just had. I mean, Mikey is just like the rest of the corners. I need more. I need more from the whole defense. They need more from me. We have to produce and play better. I'm not really big on singling, the development of these guys out until we start playing the way that we want to play. I could talk about Frankie Louvu and Da Dorrance, Armstrong, because they're playing the way that it needs to be played. Bobby Wagner, we have some other guys that we have a ways to go to get the play to consistent winning strong defensive football, and that's my responsibility. So I got to help Mikey and all those guys out.
And just from a defensive perspective, why is it so difficult to bring down a guy like Brian Robinson?
Our Brian?
Yes.
Oh, he's first he's bigger than you think. Okay, so the second level guys they're gonna be really choosy with the angles that they take. He's quick in and out of breaks. He can make his feet disappear when he needs to, and he runs behind his pads. So he's a hard guy to tackle.
Appreciate it, Coach.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good one now.